Hey guys, what's up? This is Steezy ZW back here on yet another motorcycle adventure. Today I've actually got something brand new for y'all that y'all haven't seen yet. On Friday, this is Sunday, I bought me a Royal Enfield Himalayan. This is the 2021 model in the sleet gray, I think. So that's what the camo like paint job is. It is a 411cc single stroke or 4-stroke single overhead cam engine. Basically just a big thumper. It's not super fast, but it does handle pretty well, and it does get the job done. Today I have rode from my house over at Fort Campbell, and right now I'm in Indian Mound, Tennessee. But we're gonna head out to Land Between the Lakes and hit up some of the gravel roads out that way, some of the dirt roads out there. Yeah, so stay tuned, and hope you like the new bike. Yeah, and so from Indian Mound, we I headed up Indian Mound Road, got on old US 79, took a nice little curvy route, then got on US 79, crossed the road over into Dover, Tennessee, not quite yet. Yeah, anyway, over the bridges, crossed the Cumberland River, also known as Lake Barkley, into Dover, Tennessee. And Dover's kind of a small little town right here coming up. It's pretty, it's cute, it's got that small town vibe right before you enter Land Between the Lakes. After Dover, there's only about 2 or 3 more gas stations really between there and Land Between the Lakes. And then once you turn on to, I think this is US 49, could be mistaken, there isn't a whole lot else to do besides ride bikes and do outdoors and things. You know, no other, like, there's not movie theaters, there's not bars, nothing. You just go up through here, and it's a pretty good time. Well guys, I'm down here at the South Welcome Station at Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. I stopped here a couple reasons. First, to kind of figure out where I'm going to go next, pull up the map, figure out which one of these dirt roads I want to take, because I want one that like loops around, not just goes out and then I have to turn around because it dead ends. So I think I figured it out. Met a guy over here that's on the Tennessee Overland. He's in one of those Overland groups, and he thinks he knows the area pretty well, which sounds like he does, because he says he's been up here for about 50 years now. So I'm gonna take his advice, going up the hill a little bit and get on that next dirt road up there on the right. But yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna get pretty cool. I might have to put the rain gear on and look like an orange highlighter, because it does look like it's gonna rain. My stuff stayed on, as you can see. I took that off because I thought I was gonna put it on, but yeah, my bag stayed on. Did lose one bungee cord somewhere along the way. I knew I should have brought extra ones, but I didn't, so we'll see. We'll see. Make sure it stays on. But yeah, stick with me, we're gonna get on some dirt. Yeah, so the first little gravel dirt road I turned off onto actually happened to be 201, I think like Park Road 201 or something. Right off the bat I was stuck with some mud holes, you know, some
gravel stuff that I had never really dealt with before. I'm mostly a Harley rider. I ride on asphalt. So I got going down this road, and up here on the left, I don't think I actually have a video where I turned, but there was a little road that kicks down off the left down the hill. Of course, you know, I said I gotta go down that road. It looks pretty nifty. So I went down the road, and it turned out to be pretty nifty. So, yeah, it got kind of sketchy. Of course, I don't know exactly where that is, but apparently this is... There we go, here it is. A little sketchy part here, down off the hill. Yeah, so it got kind of rough. I know it doesn't look that rough in the video, but it got kind of rough. And it's pretty rutted out right here on the right, as you can see. So I kind of slowed down a little bit, and me being me, not knowing exactly how to ride off-road. And yeah, then I decided, you know what, that's not it. Let's just give it some gas and hop through this. And all is well. Not too much later, there's a tree across the road. Had to duck a little bit, but hey, it worked out. Good time, good times.
All right, guys. So I'm somewhere over here at Lansing Lakes. Shoot, what's this place called? Gatlin Point Self-Service Campground. Up there. There's the campground. This is Gatlin Point, I guess. This little bridge runs over to the other side where there's a fishing hole, and allegedly, according to my phone, a road. It's not even a trail. Like there's not a road on that side to get out of there. I tried, I went over there, but I came down a trail back that way, like literally probably like a 4-wheeler trail, and there was 2 trees down. And the old guy that I met, he told me there might be a tree down, and I was like, okay, I'll go see. But what he didn't tell me was that there was where somebody had like drove their 4-wheeler or dirt bike, I guess, through the creek to go around the tree. And I saw it and I was like, well, that looks pretty cool. So I did that. Although I don't think I got it on camera because I was freaking out a little bit, and I was like, you know, kind of worried about whether or not I'd actually live. But I got through it. The Himalayan got through it. So I officially had it in a creek, like true off-roading. Not on a dirt road, not on a trail, like in a creek. And it did fine, didn't drop it. The second tree was low enough to, or high enough to where I could ride the bike under it. I had to duck a little bit and my mirror hit a vine, and it's fine. But it was pretty freaking cool. I saw some Jeep guys that were out there trying to go up, and they had to turn around at the tree, and I was like, you know what, my bike made it through, so apparently the bike's better than Jeep. But anyway, if you want to be able to go just about anywhere, get a motorcycle and put some dirt tires on it, because it will take you anywhere. I mean, literally in a creek today. In a creek. Look, bike's fine. In a creek, through a 4-wheeler trail, through Jeep trails, perfectly fine. Barely even dirty, really. I mean, the back here's a little dirty, but other than that, fine. Fine, perfectly fine. And then if you're wondering what my luggage is, I've got this, basically, it's called a butt pack that goes with a rucksack. I've just got it strapped down with some bungee cords. It's got my lunch in it. So yeah, trying to figure out where I want to go next, because my plan was to go up that way and circle around, but I don't think that road actually exists. So I'm gonna figure it out. y'all stick with me. We're probably gonna do some gravel back that way, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get back the way I came, because of the way the hill is rutted out. Coming down it, I could just coast down it, but going back up it, I don't know if I could actually get up that with my skill level. Not that the bike couldn't do it. I think the bike could do it. The bike could probably go wherever it wants. I just don't think my skill level could go back up it. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna find a good place to eat lunch that's not right here, and then get on down the road.
And from that little point there, rode that little gravel bit back to the main road. Just a little slow stuff here. I got a little bit of speed in a couple of spots. I was practicing the thing that old man Ronan and a couple other guys on YouTube say, where you put your pressure on the outside foot peg when you're going through these gravel turns here, these gravel curves. You stand up, put all your weight on the outside foot peg, and turn. That way your center of gravity stays kind of towards the center of the bike and puts the most pressure you can on that contact patch, even though you're still leaning the bike over, you're not leaning with it. It worked out pretty well for me, and I'm kind of glad I watched a couple videos on how to ride in gravel before I actually went and did it. This loop here was actually pretty cool. I actually ran across the guy in a Jeep down here farther on down the road. He actually kind of got stuck. I think he was turning around at a creek crossing, and I ran up on him and I was looking at him and I was like, what the heck's he doing? Of course I didn't have the video rolling because I never do when anything cool happens, just because, yeah, I don't know why. But anyway, he was turning around and he waved at me and I waved at him, and then I realized why he was turning around, because there was a creek that was about a 3-foot drop off, and before I knew it I was actually in the creek. Too freaked out a little bit by the creek to actually think about hitting the record button, but I made it through the creek, had a good time, it was fun, and definitely did some things that I couldn't do on Harley. Of course I couldn't do any of this on Harley, but that's not what the Harley's for.
Well, that last little bit there was pretty fun, but I'll tell you what, I made it through every bit of it. I mean, the curves, the creeks, the ditches, the mud, it was a lot. I mean, for somebody that's literally I've only rode this bike in any kind of off-road conditions or any like thing that's not pavement twice. This is the second time. Today and yesterday. The only 2 days I've ever rode this bike on anything not pavement. And let me tell you what, it's doing really good. And I think I'm actually doing pretty good too. I think the bike's doing better than me, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm at the Great Western Furnace here in Land Between the Lakes. It was built in 1854 by Bryan and Newell Co. yeah, it's an old iron furnace. It's pretty cool. It's an old blast furnace where they used to make iron. A little wet there. Anyway, which this kind of, I mean, I'm kind of familiar with these things because I'm from coal and iron country up in Ohio. Basically what they would do is they'd stick the iron ore in there, and it would, as it would burn and melt, the iron, the actual metal, would come down to the bottom into molds. Here's a good example of what it probably used to look like. So this here up here part would be the top, the building. That would have been, it's probably sitting up there on the hill. There's probably actually some framework to it if I walked up there, but I'm not going to because I don't think you're supposed to. People feed the ore and the coal. It's actually hematite, which is kind of cool because hematite's really high in iron. It makes sense. Down through there, as it burns, as the ore and the coal burns, the metal slowly seeps down to the bottom, and it gets put into an ore box, and the iron gets put into molds. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. The next place I'm going to stop, I think, is going to be up here by the bison prairie. If the bison are out, if they're not, I'm going to stop at the old, the Pioneer Town. Hopefully, I'm hoping the Pioneer Town, I'm pretty sure they have a pavilion or something where I can sit under, because it is raining, in case you're wondering why I was wearing rain gear. But to eat my lunch, I got my little jet boil, and I got a can of soup that I'm really actually starting to get hungry for. It's about 2 o'clock. But yeah, I'm going to get back on the road. Y'all stick with me. This has been a really fun time so far. Okay guys, so I made it over here. I got stopped over here at the Heritage Center, the Home Place 1850s Interpretive Center, which is over there. You can't really see it because it's just a hill, but that the little hill there, there's actually a building in it. I'll walk over there and show you guys in a second, I guess, after I have my lunch. But the buffalo were out, the bison were out, but there wasn't really a good place to stop and like see them. They weren't really by one of the pull-offs. So yeah, I didn't stop and look at them. I mean, I drove past them, but other than that, I didn't really stop and look at them. But I'm gonna stop here and eat lunch. And while I'm eating lunch, I'm gonna give you guys a little breakdown on what I brought today in my luggage, because I had that little bag, and I'm sure you guys are thinking, wow, there can't be a whole lot in there. But anyway, earlier I had my wet weather gear. That's just the jacket tied up on top of it. This is my actual luggage bag. It is literally just like a little brown pouch that I bungee corded to my bike. Inside there, I had my snack bar, phone charger, cord, jet boil, soup, utensils, fuel, a Gatorade that I bought at the Welcome Center, water, and then of course up on the front I had my phone mounted to the dash with a I think that's a RAM mount. I think it's broke a little bit. I improvised with a hair tie from my wife, but it works. Yeah, did a lot of cool riding today. I think I'm gonna try to maybe do 1 or 2 more gravel, dirt, or off-road sections, and then probably start heading home. Way I can actually get home at a reasonable hour tonight. But other than that, it's been a really good time. I'm gonna eat this soup, and then I'll talk to you guys here before I leave about the interpretive center. All right, so over here you can see we've got my soup going right there on the jet boil. Handy dandy, super useful. Today I've got some Annie's organic chili. It's a vegan chili. It's pretty good. I like it. Kind of hard to find vegan food that you can actually like put in a can and take with you. But I'm gonna go over here and throw this away real quick. Oh, and try to figure out how to work this bear-proof thing. All right, eat this lunch here in a minute and see what else there is to do here in Land Between the Lakes.
So from the home place, I headed on up the road, the main road, up to my last little bit of dirt. And as you can see, my camera got a little messed up. It ended up pointing down more towards the road than it did up in the sky, so you could actually see what was going on. And part of that might have been where it was raining and everything was wet, and I was actually trying to pay a little more attention to what the road conditions were. But this little trail here was actually pretty fun. I actually rode a good distance on it. And I got a little help from the ladies at the little home place store. They gave me a map, showed me where everything was, and it was fun. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of gravel.
All right, guys. I think with the battery life, this is going to be the last video, last part of this video. Thank you all for watching. I'd tell you what, I would charge my GoPro with my battery charger, but let's charge my phone anyway. Thank you all for watching. This is the bottom half, or about half of the bottom half of Land Between the Lakes recreation area. Completely different on the Enfield. Anyway, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.